All right, good morning, everybody, and welcome back to True Crime Loser. How are you today? That sounds awesome. So, today we are going to try to make sense of the Ghislaine Maxwell pre-trial activities. There's quite a bit happening. It's not easy to make sense of it, so here we go. Last week on Wednesday, Judge Preska here ruled that Ghislaine's half of the documents stemming from the lawsuit between Virginia Roberts and Ghislaine that had originally been sealed and then unsealed and then resealed on Wednesday, the judge ruled that unless Ghislaine's lawyer can come up with a whole new reason for them to be sealed, they will in fact be unsealed. I picture some poor person at the courthouse just having to open and close the file depending on the sealed status. Wait, it's unsealed. Oh, no, sealed. Sorry. Okay. Unsealed again. Nope, sealed again. Okay. So, if you remember, that's a 400-page transcript from a 7-hour-long deposition that's been described as intrusive and highly personal and goes into Ghislaine's sex life. And also, just because she had to explain the whole system and production of her life, there's a lot of names in there, and they're listed as John Does right now. So, also last week, Judge Preska ruled that the Does, there's a bunch of John Does, and she said that they're hitting her up, the judge. They're emailing the judge saying, we got to delay the unsealing of these documents longer. We need more time. And so she ruled on Friday of last week that the Does have 11 days. So they have until August 25th to send in their comment about the unsealing of the documents to her email. Just picture a white-haired politician sitting at his mansion somewhere with the email open with the judge of the Ghislaine Maxwell nightmare case in who the email's going to, and just trying to come up with your comment of why your name should not be released. I picture him just sitting there staring at the cursor, just drumming, just like the heart of the pedophile. Just, oh God, what am I going to say? So, it's been a little bit hard to figure out when is this big personal intrusive deposition coming out. Every time it's sealed, there's a resealing. Oh, gotta reseal it. So, as of right now, at the filming of this episode, it's looking if something doesn't come up, which I'm sure something will, August 25th is the deadline for all of the John Does and for Ghislaine's lawyer and anything remotely resembling anything that could reseal the sealed documents. Okay. So that's the deposition. So that was Wednesday. On Thursday, Ghislaine's lawyer filed another motion that asked for two things. One, well, actually, before I get into the two things that it asked for, in all of these motions, in all of the pretrial arguments, a theme and a strategy is rising to the top that's used by Ghislaine Maxwell's lawyer. He used it to argue these motions. He used it to argue that she should get bail, the motions before the bail hearing, everything. His main strategy, at least for pretrial, looks to be, as funny and simple as it sounds, Ghislaine Maxwell is not Jeffrey Epstein. The old, Your Honor, my client is not a different person technique. And so a lot of the arguments in that come down to that funny little phrase, like, Your Honor, I know that this is complicated, but she's not Jeffrey Epstein. And so the two things that they ask for in the motion on Thursday were, one, they want 3 of the victims that are listed anonymously in the indictment as victim number 1, victim number 2, and victim number 3 to be the names to be disclosed. The government doesn't want that to happen. And like I said, the strategy is she's not Jeffrey Epstein. And also with that one is, how do we argue? How do we realistically defend against allegations from anonymous victims, which they may have a point. I'm not sure if they will be disclosed. And also in the motion, Ghislaine's lawyer really adds in there that it was 25 years ago. Just keeps reiterating. And it would be hard to defend against these allegations because, one, we don't know the names, and two, it was 25 years ago. It was all 25 years ago. So he's really trying to hammer that home. Like, all of these allegations are 25 years ago. And that is a long time. But compared to, say, the Stephanie Lazarus case, where everything happened 1 million years ago, 25 seems pretty doable. Okay, and so it asked for those victims to be disclosed. It's pretty straightforward. We'll see if it happens. And then the second thing it asked for, which made the news and left everybody scratching their heads, is they wanted Ghislaine Maxwell herself, the right-hand man to Jeffrey Epstein, international sex child trafficker that died in probably the most suspicious, unbelievable way while in custody of all time. They want his right-hand woman, Ghislaine Maxwell, to be transferred to general population. I mean, what does that even look like? I just picture Ghislaine walking around like, "Hi, ladies, my name is Ghislaine. Can I join your card game? I love Uno." There's like, "We know who you are, Ghislaine," and no, you can't. Get the hell out of here, Ghislaine. She's like, "Okay, well, let me know." Ghislaine walking around in general population is totally absurd. And they came out and said, "No, we're keeping her in isolation for her own good," of course. And I was laughing at the thought of like the Bureau of Prisons, because they're just so embarrassed at the catastrophic failure that what keeping Epstein alive was, that they make like a little promotional video to show everyone how Ghislaine is being treated fairly and safely. So it's like, "Hi, my name's Stanley with the Bureau of Prisons. We take our high-profile inmate safety very seriously, and that's why we only have our top-notch guards observing her 24/7. And it pans over, and the guards are just both sleeping. And the narrator's like, "Okay, well, in that case, in order as a backup precaution, we have a state-of-the-art security system that is filming Miss Maxwell 24/7. The camera guy pans up, and it's a camera that looks like it was installed in the early 80s that's facing the wrong direction and unplugged. And the narrator's like, he's starting to sweat. Well, anyway, it just goes fuzzy. So, they think that Ghislaine is not getting the proper, I guess she's being kept alone, which makes sense. They're saying that she has body scans, routine body scans. It's like, yeah, well, sorry, Ghislaine, this wasn't gonna be a secluded mansion. There's gonna be some body scans. They say they wake her up every couple hours. She's wearing suicide prevention clothing. They're saying that she doesn't have enough time to work on her case, and they want more computer time and the whole 9 yards. And I don't know if judge has officially ruled that she's not going to be moved or anything, but it at least the feds came out and said she's not being treated any worse than anyone in this situation of a high-profile inmate would be treated. So there you go. All right. So what do we got left? 11 days, right? 11 days for the John Does to come forward and type out a comment. I was laughing that, like, they're all together being like, "You guys, we have to come up with a comment. We're running out of time. It's too many individual comments. We need to maybe we should do something together. Like we'll put out a video of all of our comments together." and they come out with, you know how movie stars, like every couple months, will put out a video of themselves. They film themselves vertically in black and white. Just like they came up with one at the beginning of COVID where they all sang Imagine. Remember that? It's like, imagine there's no heaven. Thinking that just because they're movie stars, if they film their own face singing, it'll somehow help people. And they did another one where they like film themselves. They always film themselves vertically in black and white. Like, it just makes it more powerful. Where they did another one where there's a bunch of movie stars going, I take responsibility. So I was thinking, what if the accused, the John Does, the people mentioned in the deposition, what if they made one of those where it's just it's a compilation of a bunch of white-haired politicians like sitting at pools and on boats and on golf courses, just turning to the camera, solemnly going, I'm not Jeffrey Epstein. And then another one like on a golf course, I'm not Jeffrey Epstein. And then the piano music comes in, boom, 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 boom. Imagine I'm not Epstein. And then it cuts to another one, like in a nice luxury car. I only went to the island 14 times. Then it cuts to Dershowitz holding a pointer, standing next to a life-size cutout of himself wearing underwear. He's like, I only got one massage, and I kept my underwear on. And then he uses the pointer to point to the underwear section of the cutout. And then it's the drum fill, doo-doo, dega-goon. And then it's all of them singing together on a big grass field in the Hamptons. Imagine we're not Epstein. And then it cuts to the judge watching that on her laptop being like, what is this? All right, just unseal the documents already. They all come out. So, I was thinking about that. Let me see if I got anything else pre-trial. All right, so I guess in summary, the documents that were sealed and then unsealed and then resealed are looking like they might be re-unsealed August 25th or soon after that, once all of the John Does have their chance to comment. Secondly, is she going to be moved to general population where she can just easily pay someone to wring her little neck? I don't know. I guess we'll hear about that this week. Will the victims 1, 2, and 3 the names be disclosed? You could see both sides. At least I could see both sides with that one. It's like to mount a defense, you might need to know who they are, but also with people as dangerous and with as many resources and connections as Ghislaine Maxwell, you know, having your name out there probably isn't. The way that I heard that the way that Ghislaine would threaten these young girls as they became of age and then would realize, hey, have I been just trafficked and a sex slave this whole time? Damn it, I'm going to tell the police. How they would like halt that as the girls would start to realize, oh my God, I heard Ghislaine, this woman would go on a run in the same spot in Manhattan every day. And she's like, be careful on that run. It's like there's a lot of things that could happen on that run by the highway or something. So that right there just sends shivers up your spine. But like her lawyer said, it was all 25 years ago. I'm going to cut it off there. I hope you're having a good start to the week. Why, Stivin, why, Shamita.